In this first practice session, we will examine a simplified P&ID. The objective here is twofold. 1. Identify the main process equipment based on their symbols. And 2. Determine the main flow paths. Let's have a closer look. This is our simplified P&ID. I use the term simplified because only equipment and line symbols are visible on this P&ID. All the P&ID concepts that we will see further ahead in this course, such as piping codes, process control and safety systems, are not depicted here. Just to keep things simple and practice only on what we have covered so far, essentially equipment symbols, flow path, and then valve position and failure modes, which will be covered in the next practice session. Let's start our way from left to right. Here you can see the P&ID symbol for a closed tank. A rupture disk is connected to this tank. Recall, rupture disks are safety devices that protect the equipment they are connected to from overpressure. At the bottom of the tank you have two identical piping involving the same process equipment. Let's focus on this pipe. You can see here an electrically actuated valve, a pump, a check valve, a second electrically actuated valve, a pressure safety valve, a Venturi flow transmitter with a flow controller, a control valve, a solenoid three-way valve, and a check valve. At this level, the pipe is split. On both branches, you can see a needle valve and a gate valve. From the symbology, the arrows that you can see here, and the configuration of the different check valves, we understand that the flow path is from left to right. So basically here, the tank feeds the pump that you can see here, which conveys the fluid in this direction. On this line, notice also here the presence of two pneumatic to current converters, a bypass line around the control valve with two gate valves, a heat exchanger, and two temperature elements, one at the inlet of the heat exchanger, the other at the outlet. Notice also the presence of a conductivity cell and a radiation detector downstream the solenoid valve. Now let's figure out the type of pipes depicted in this simplified P&ID. Recall, we learned during the previous section that a heavy solid line in a P&ID represents a process line. This is the case of the line that you can see here, from the tank outlet to the gate valves you see here. We also learned during the course that a thin solid line in a P&ID represents a process connection to instrument. This is the case of the line you see here, connecting the temperature element to the process line. We also learned that a dashed line in a P&ID represents an instrument signal. This is the case of the lines connecting the temperature elements to the pneumatic to current converter. And finally, if you recall, we learned that the slashed line in a P&ID represents a pneumatic signal. This is the case of these lines. So, this is it. Quite simple, isn't it? We have successfully identified all the process equipment and the flow path. In the next video, we will have a closer look at the different valves depicted in this simplified P&ID, examine their position and their failure mode.